And every single week we visit with Mariefiebach. She is the owner of Feed Your Family Tonight. And feedyourfamilytonight.com is the place to go as we kind of set these resolutions, Marie. We want to eat right. We want to be organized. You have all sorts of answers for us.
You know, feeding your family is one of the best things to think about in the new year. And rather than full-on resolutions, let's think about just making 1 or 2 small habits that can make your life easier. So the first thing I want to talk about is this master meal planning sheet.
Okay.
This master meal planning sheet is something that I have as a download on my website at feedyourfamilytonight.com/master. Type that in and you can get a copy of this. What it is it lists out a bunch of proteins, and you can write down all of your recipes by proteins so that when you go to plan, you don't end up with chicken for 6 days in the week. You can say, oh yeah, I haven't made that beef stroganoff that my family likes. My sister-in-law actually sat down with her kids and asked them by a show of hands all the different recipes that she made, and she wrote down the ones that 2 or more of her children liked. And so that was a way to build her master meal planning sheet. And again, feedyourfamilytonight.com/master, you can get that. That helps you with planning. When you plan, I have a little dinner bell here, and this is really important. I call it, when I go and talk to PTOs and moms groups across the state, I call it set a dinner bell. And you don't actually ring a dinner bell, but what a dinner bell is what is your target time to eat dinner? You're running from school and work and PTO and the gym and all sorts of different activities, but what is that target time you plan to eat? If you think about that, it's easier to plan what you're gonna make once you know when you're gonna have it.
Cool.
Then the magic happens over here. This is one of the most important things, and I call it to always have a backup. Something that you have in your refrigerator or your pantry or your freezer that you can get on the table in 20 minutes or less. A lot of people do breakfast for dinner, so there's bacon and eggs. My favorite thing is quesadillas, and the recipe's in my cookbook. It's just tortillas and cheese and a can of refried beans. You put those together and you can have dinner on the table with a little bit of cut up fruit and maybe a bag of frozen vegetables. It's not about having fancy food all the time. Sometimes it's just about getting dinner on the table, and this is one of the best ways to have a little bit healthier meal, avoid the drive-through, and it helps with your budget. So it hits all of those New Year's resolution things without really working too hard.
Yeah, who doesn't love a healthy meal? I mean, apples are good any time of the day, right?
I agree. I totally agree.
Okay, so a great way to plan out your meals based on proteins.
Right.
Making sure you're not reusing recipes maybe, once or twice every week. You can diversify a little bit.
Absolutely.
So great stuff there. I mean, it is kind of tough for people to stay on track, right? For when you set resolutions. So you have all sorts of things in here to kind of plan ahead, right?
For sure, for sure. And I also have one, if you go to that download, there's one for vegetarians and vegans. A lot of people at this time of year are trying to eat a little healthier, and sometimes that's one of the ways that they're doing it. So I have that set up with blanks so that you can divide it up what works for you. A lot of vegetarians and vegans use pasta and beans, and that's how they will sort out their master meal planning sheet. But this really is about thinking about what your life is like, planning your meals around your life, setting that dinner bell for when it's convenient for you to eat, and then when life happens, always have a backup.
Absolutely. Okay, feedyourfamilytonight.com is where you can go to see all of Marie's videos that she's had while she's here, so you can be ready when you got to ring that dinner bell. Thank you very much, Marie. We'll be right back.